Hi there, I'm Reese. Welcome back to another video. Today we're watching a movie, and the movie is called Hidden Figures. It's apparently from 2016, and the only thing I know is the little blurb that it's giving me, which says that three brilliant black women overcome bigotry and sexism at NASA to become the brains behind the launch of the first American astronaut into orbit. So, yeah, seems interesting. So I thought we could watch that together and see what we think about it. Um, I think I've heard of this movie and I think it was on my list to watch eventually because the premise of it sounds very familiar, but I guess I just never got around to it. And I mean, no day like today, so let's watch it and see if it was worth waiting to watch it or if I could have lived without it, I guess. I guess we'll get started. So grab your popcorn, grab your drink of choice. Today I have some apple juice. It's real apple juice, so that's why it's so brown. And because sometimes we still need to hydrate more, I've got some water as well. So, yeah, I guess we'll get started without further ado. Let's get into it.
If the
Okay, I know we just started, like literally, we're maybe like a minute or so into it. Wow, she's smart, like smart. Is that what I'm getting out of this? I mean, it would make sense because if you make it all the way to NASA, you have to be bright and you have to be probably in the best of your classes and everything. But right now, she's like, if I understand, this is the new school, so the eighth grade, which is two levels above her grade. And she seems to be figuring it out more than the other students. Impressive. Very impressive. She's gonna say right away, either I love this movie or not, I'm gonna enjoy myself because those three women, love them. As actresses, they're awesome. They're great. I've seen them in different projects and I really like them. So, yeah, I'm already having a great time.
Nuclear warhead drops down in the middle of Des Moines.
Well, that's a pretty big jump, sir.
What?
Just
Who the hell is he?
I don't know who they say it's gonna be. This is Sir Sheldon Cooper, who got lost apparently for all the jokes he made to Wallowitz for being an engineer and being in space. I didn't know he was in the movie. Cool. Also, little note since I paused. So far, I'm really appreciating the way that they do the transitions between scenes, like in the beginning when you were in the past and you came to their present. So when the story is actually happening, how it went from that sepia black and white gradient up to full color because now we're in the present and it moved in time. And right now, where they just got to their job, you got to see the sky, and then suddenly it was the shuttle going into space. I really enjoyed the way they're doing that, so I'm hoping it's going to continue and be that way for most of the movie, because like that. So far, the story also seems interesting. I feel like I'm gonna get mad a few times because injustices and all of that, but I know it's of the time and I know that like it's being made kind of to make it be aware, and because you want to be historically accurate you have to make it that it's those things. It did say at the beginning it's based on true events, it's based on the true story, so it is going to be representing it as much as it can. So I'm not going to be judgy of any of that because those were real things happening back in those days from what I gathered, because obviously I was not born in the 19, did they say 60s? I already forgot what time it was, but around that time, like mid 90s.
Ruth, what's the status on that computer?
She's right behind you, Mr. Harrison.
Um,
Does she handle analytic geometry?
Absolutely. And she speaks.
Yes, sir, I do.
Which one?
Both.
Okay. Um, little comment. First of all, I did get my answer to why bring the files because she's gonna do it while she's doing her business. But did you think you needed to bring all of them? Like maybe one or two would have sufficed. And putting it on the floor of the bathroom in a time where I'm guessing that the colored bathrooms are not taken care of as well as the white bathrooms. Because I suppose that's my train of thought. Because if they see them as less of people, I suppose that they don't clean their things as much. Well, they probably have like their own staff for their own establishment cleaning it. But regardless, okay, clean bathroom or not, don't put documents on the floor, especially work documents. I wouldn't put my book on the floor of a public bathroom or even in a work office or something. But that's me. Very unhygienic. No, I don't want to think about it anymore. Okay. But yeah. But even then, if you have time to do all of those while you're on the toilet, you're either really, 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 really fast, like Speedy Gonzalez Flash level of fast, or like you could have brought just one or two.
Mike, we haven't shaken all the hands yet.
We have a fairly tight itinerary, Colonel.
Lewis is fine.
He's coming this way. Look straight ahead.
Look right at him.
Ladies, didn't want to run off without saying hello. Seem to be in a big rush around here.
Well, the Russians certainly are slowing down, any.
You know, they can't build a damn refrigerator. How the heck they beat us into space?
We like someone with initiative that doesn't see that there is a divide or doesn't stand for it. That's the way to go. Thank you for one person out of, I don't know, were there at least 6 men that were shaking hands? I didn't really pay attention to the amount of people, I mean. But he's the only one that was like, oh, well, nobody's over there. Let's go talk to them. What do you guys do? Impressive. Have a good day. And then obviously the the guy in charge, like the boss, coming over being like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Let's get and do what we got to do." He was just being nice and polite.
You took that book, Mama?
Son, I pay taxes. And taxes pay for everything in that library. You can't take something you already paid for. Fortran is a new and exciting language used by programmers to communicate with computers.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do not condemn stealing, but I can't also say anything against it because it does happen. There are moments for it. And technically, she stole a library book that I feel pretty confident she would have no problem returning and just like leaving somewhere for them to find it and be like, oh, it was misplaced at some point. Or if she keeps it. Listen, like she said, she pays taxes, so she paid for the book in a way and everything. And they didn't want her to check it out because they basically ran her out of the library. So that's on them. In that case, I wouldn't call it stealing because she wanted to do the right thing. They did not let her. But without talking about the library part per se, let's just go straight into what it actually was. Kudos to her. Good on her. That's what they were talking at lunch about, gaining the skills to still advance and probably keep their job because it's a funny time to be watching this film because right now they're being worried about the IBM because it's a machine which is basically like a computer, and I believe there are computers that are IBM, so it's probably the start of that in a way that is going to do the mathematics for them, so they would no longer be of use per se, because the IBM would do it faster, quicker, and more efficiently. So then the book that she took from the library is about programming, because then she can be part of those, or at least she is planning and hoping to be part of those that can work with the IBMs. Because, like she said, or the other friend said it, one of them said it, when they were eating, that it still needs someone to push the buttons. Or it's probably still needing someone to check up on it, making sure it is working, it is doing the calculations right, and all of that. So by getting the knowledge, she can get a step ahead, which I find very interesting to watch this movie now compared to when it came out in 2016. Because, well, now we have the same kind of story with AI, with um, jobs that are being replaced because of it and everything. And it's an uncertain time for certain fields. So, similarly, for them, the best thing that they could do is to learn a skill or two to help them keep their position or get new positions where they can be replaced by the machine for the new skills that they're getting.
Data processing system. It has the capability of solving over 24,000 multiplications per second.
Holy Moses, that's lightning fast.
They'll never get that to work.
Oh, it'll run eventually. And when it does, we have to know how to program it. Unless you'd rather be out of a job.
Okay, what do we think? Like, is she gonna get caught while being there and then be in some kind of trouble? Or is she gonna figure it out and get it started when the white man couldn't? And either get in trouble because of that, get her credit stolen, or the option I would like, I don't think so, but I would really like for her to just be hired on the spot for that position since she figured out what the two white men could not do. But yeah, right now they all seem to be doing pretty well in their branches or fields in their jobs. So power to them. That's great. That's awesome. We love seeing that. But I feel like something's gonna go wrong for at least one of them because there are going to be barriers. And I can't wait to see what happens with that and how they get through it. So let's keep watching. But while we're on pause, feel free to let me know in the comments if there are any other movies or TV shows that you would like to watch together. I'm really enjoying this so far. But yeah, I'm open to discovering new things, so there is no wrong recommendations. If I've already seen it, then I may not necessarily prioritize it because obviously I'm trying to try new things and view shows and movies that I haven't watched yet. Or sometimes if I can find them online or I don't currently have the platform that they're playing on, it might just get put into a list for later. But any recommendations is highly appreciated. Thank you very much. And now, let's get back to it.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Suppose we should all thank President Kennedy for the continued job security.
Right. Just wanted to see the end of that scene. But I like the fact, because I noticed earlier too, I like the fact that they went through archives and used real videos and imageries from when this really happened, because I'm guessing that was the real speech at that time. And even earlier when they were showing different parts of shuttles, I think those probably were also part of real footage from back then. So basically anything that was a bit more grainy, that was not the same high quality picture, felt to me like it was from then. And I really like that they did that to really tie in the fact that it's a real story, that it's based on true events and everything. So I'm really enjoying that part. And kudos for them because it is a big feat. Like, I know now it's been so long since it happened, and it's like, oh, yeah, obviously, like, we can go into space and everything. But in my brain, it's still really hard to believe that this actually can happen. It's just so astronomical and monumental and huge. So imagine the first time that you have your astronaut in space. He can take control of his rocket and he's still alive and he makes it back to Earth. Like, this is massive. So it's really, really fun in a way to get to see that being played out. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna pause here and I'll be back. Oh, hey. Um, this is the next day. I stopped filming to go eat and then ended up not coming back yesterday. So we're gonna continue the movie. Didn't mean to stop it that way, but we're back. Don't mind the shower hair. Just got out of the shower, so let's not focus on that, but let's get straight back into the movie. For you, it's literally been about a minute. So, yeah, let's continue.
I plan on being an engineer at NASA, but I can't do that without taking them classes at that all-white high school. And I can't change the color of my skin. So I have no choice but to be the first, which
You
I
go,
can't do
girl.
without you, sir.
It's a huge victory. And I love the little dance and the scream, like, so realistic. But you go, girl. That's what matters most, I think, when you want to make a change of any sort. It's not only making the change and being all like, oh, but things are unfair, because yes, newsflash, the world, society, and all of that is unfair. That's the whole point. If it was fair to everybody, well, it would be a very different life. But all that to say that any steps is a good step if you go towards the right direction, but knowing how to portray yourself and like she did her research and she knew how to kind of, I wouldn't say like play with his emotions, but just putting it in a way that he could see the importance of it and he could understand the magnitude of it. And that was really, really well played.
Goes up, delivers the capsule into an elliptical orbit. Earth's gravity keeps pulling at it, but is going so fast it keeps missing the Earth. That's how it stays in orbit.
But all I see is Sheldon Cooper that somehow managed to get better at teaching, which is a big improvement. Um, that's all I'm thinking in my head. That's all I'm seeing is Sheldon teaching stuff because once again, so intelligent and bright and everything. But yeah, no. Regardless, I really like Jim in that role. Um, I think he's great. It's just my brain cannot unsee Sheldon. Do you have people like that yourselves, like characters that when you see the actors on whatever, or even just the actor being itself in the world, you cannot unsee one of their characters as them? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's what I'm having right now with Jim. Jim Parson is his name, right? His full name. I cannot unsee Sheldon Cooper. But other than that, I'm on the fence about his character. Because he's very by the book, which I understand, but he's also not too rude or dry about working with her. So I'm kind of in between thinking that he's a good ally or just that he does his job, and as long as she doesn't step too much on his job, he's okay with her being there. But let's learn more about rockets.
Ground briefings are not for civilians. It requires the highest clearance.
I feel like I'm the best person to present my
not gonna
calculations.
let this
in
go, are you?
No, I am not.
He doesn't want his work to become obsolete in a way because someone else can do it. And right now she's proving that she's doing really well and that she could do so much better. And I think he doesn't want her to get those doors open because then it's going to be affecting his own job because it's going to put himself in jeopardy. And I think that's why he's not into it. 'Cause you can tell that the boss, the one holding his glasses right now, right there, he overheard, I think, parts of it and he understands more because he's the same one that gave them regular toilets, like no color, no white toilets. It's toilets and that's it. So now hearing this, he might try and figure out a way to get her in the meetings or include her into something else, I suppose. Because that is the difference between following and leading, I guess, to some extent. Because one just wants it to stay the way it is because it's not a problem to him. No matter how much it's a problem to you, it's not a problem to me. So it's all good. Ugh. It's the same kind of thing of like, why fix what's not broken? Well, sometimes it's not broken, but you can still improve on it. And that's all she's trying to do. Because if it's all moot points, the work that she's doing, you're basically paying her for about nothing. Even if you pay her less than a man or a white person, you're still paying her. So might as well have her do some job that matters instead of always being some things that by the time that she's done with it, you're like, oh yeah, that changed. It's no longer current. So yeah. But so far, I really like this movie. I mean, it is mostly girl power, so totally up my alley, but it's fun to get to see like how they were slowly changing their own little world and paving the way for other people. I like that.
Lead comes out. You put the new lead in and new pencil.
Oh, we like supportive husbands.
You're gonna make a fine engineer.
We like supportive spouses. So either way. Men to women, woman to men to men, woman to woman, whatever situationship you've got going on, we like a supportive partner. Someone that comes back around. Because I can understand why he wasn't really interested in her, first of all, becoming an engineer, working more, but also going to school and everything, because obviously that leaves him with more of the house duties, like taking care of the children, maybe some of the cleaning or cooking or whatnot. And he doesn't necessarily want to do that. Because let's be honest, who does? Most of us don't want to. We just have to. And that's that. But the fact that he turns back around and he's like, listen, it matters to you. You managed to make it possible to try. So kudos to that. That's impressive. And then being like, here's a little something to help you along. So new pencils, because obviously you've got notes and homework and stuff to do. So why not? Loving that.
That's for me. Are you sad, Mama?
No. It's okay, Mama.
He's a good man.
I know. I just can't help it.
He hasn't even asked you yet.
I know, but he is.
That was so sweet. Okay, so I thought there was something happening. Then it's her mom that came out instead of him. So it was like, oh, okay, never mind. But then he did. Got a little emotional there. That was really cute. Can we talk about the fact that like the day he met her, he asked for the ring from his mom? It's a little intense, but it's also really sweet to be like, you know what? I already know she's the one. She's more than something, like she's everything to me. And also just the commitment and the importance of being like, I know your girls and your family, but your girls are really important. Obviously, you're a mother. that always comes first and foremost. So I needed to like marry them too, in the sense of saying like I am adding myself to the family you already have. So your kids, your mom, and all of that. So that's really sweet. It was cute. And I like the little humor in it of like he hasn't asked yet, I haven't asked yet, because she's already like, oh yes, yes, sure, yes. That was so sweet. I wasn't expecting it. It was really cute.
It's hard to keep up.
Seems like they're gonna need a permanent team to feed that IBM.
How big of a team?
30 to start.
She did it! Oh, I'm so happy for her. You saw that, right? It was written supervisor. So she's gonna be one of the IBM supervisors. So she gets her promotion for the new department that is going to be needed, not for that one that is going to be shut down for the computers. She is a supervisor for IBM with a team that she said of at least 30 to start with. So that means she gets about all her team that was down there and probably the few people from the East Wing, because the colored people were in the West Wing, right? I think. Anyways, the ones that they were talking about in the bathroom earlier, she's probably going to get a few of those as well. But she gets her promotion officially. So that means with the pay and title. I'm so happy for her. You go, girl.
Beautiful shoot. How we looking, Capcom?
Your go, no go is good. Landing coordinates are spot on, 7.
Roger that, Capcom. I have always wanted to swim in the Bahamas. Over.
Oh, pretty. Oh, and that's the real one. Okay, so back then and later on in life. So, Hidden Figures. It was really good. Honestly, not that I wasn't expecting to like it, but I think I would probably give it a solid 9 out of 10. Um, do take in mind my notes the same way as with books. It's by mood, how much fun I had watching it, and if there are any little details that gets on my nerve, which brings the note down. So yeah, I think probably a 9 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, I'm rediscovering myself in the sense that I feel I actually um like history pieces and timepieces and those kind of movies that are about what has happened in the past. I used not to like those because I've never really been a history buff, and history stresses me out in like a subject to study or stuff because I was really bad at memorizing the dates and it just stayed with me. But I'm realizing that I like it to watch those movies or shows and all because then it's more interesting that way than actually learning from a textbook. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Um, let's see, what can I say about it? Really loved it. I think that was clear from the beginning. Um, I love the look of it. It really felt like we were then, or what I assumed would be then, because obviously I wasn't alive yet. But really enjoyed that. As a woman, personally, I love that it was really more about women power and paving the way for future generations of women to be in science fields or just in general in the same room as men. There's also obviously the aspect of colored versus white that they kind of shattered a little bit as it went. I don't know as much about that struggle, but I do know about the women part of it. And I think both of those struggles, as much the sexism and the racism, was really well addressed in the movie. And I think it did a really good job at showing what it was like and slowly showing little changes that just these three women made in history. So, yeah, overall, loved it. It was really interesting. Now I understand the title more. I mean, it was obvious, but I guess I didn't realize because obviously the title being Hidden Figures, like the figures, like the people, so those three women, they were kind of the hidden figures of history because, well, as much as in the movie you know about them, in real life, they were not mentioned for probably so long because they were working on making their presence important, if we can say it that way. Basically, they were doing what they had to do to keep their jobs, to advance in the fields that they wanted to be in, and from there, just doing what they could to make it. I don't know. I feel like I just really, really liked it, and I don't really have many notes about it. So that's that. There are moments which I understand because obviously you don't want a movie to be like 4 or 5 hours. There are moments that felt really quick. Like you got the engagement, which was cute for Catherine. And then you get like the mini moment where you see her in her wedding dress, so you know she's getting married, but like there's no actual scene of the marriage, of the wedding and everything. So that was kind of a sad point for me just because I love love and it was cute and it was a part of the story. But I do understand that technically, since we're viewing it as a history profile, you don't really have anything to do with their personal lives per se, so it wasn't important other than just saying like, oh yeah, it happened, to explain afterwards that her name was changed. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's really all. That's all I've got to say about it. I liked it. I kind of want to watch it again. Well, not necessarily, but like I want to watch something in the same vibes, in the same mood, because I really, really liked it. And I had a great time watching it with you guys. So feel free to let me know in the comments what you thought of this movie. If you had watched it before or not. Do you like it? Do you not? Tell me more about that. Feel free also to give me more suggestions, please. Shows or movies that we could watch together or that you can watch me watch if you've already seen it. Because personally, I like watching reactions when I already know what's going on about the subject that they're reacting to, because then it's more entertaining, I find. So I'll wish you a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time around on the internet. Until then, have a great week. I don't know. That's that.